The important thing that I'd like you to know is that flexibility and the process of stretching and getting more flexible involves three major components: neural, meaning of the nervous system; muscular, muscles; and connective tissue. Your nervous system controls your muscles. In terms of increasing limb range of motion in the long term, of truly becoming more flexible as opposed to transiently more flexible, static stretching, which includes PNF, appears to be the best route to go. First of all, and I quote, "All stretching typologies showed range of motion improvements over a long-term period. However, the static protocols showed significant gains with a p-value less than 0.05, which means a probability that cannot be explained by chance alone when compared to ballistic or PNF protocols." The authors go on to say, time spent stretching per week seems fundamental to elicit range of movement improvements when stretches are applied for at least or more than 5 minutes per week. This is not 5 minutes per stretch. Remember, 30 seconds per static stretch, but at least 5 minutes per week as it relates to the Anderson method, which is that very low intensity stretching, meaning effort that feels not painful, and in fact might even feel easy or at least not straining to exceed a given range of motion, turns out to not just be as effective, but more effective than moderate intensity stretching. So what is low intensity static stretching? Well, they define this as the stretches were completed at an intensity of 30 to 40%, where 100% equals the point of pain, right? So 30 to 40% in these individuals, and again, I'm paraphrasing, induced a relaxed state within the individual and the specific muscle. If you're going to embark on a flexibility and stretching training program, you don't need to push to the point of pain. In fact, it seems that even just approaching the point of pain is going to be less effective than operating at this 30 to 40% of intensity prior to reaching that pain threshold, the pain threshold being 100%. Okay, so lower intensity stretching, I should say lower intensity static stretching, appears to be the most beneficial way to approach stretching. And I think that's a relief probably to many of us, because it also suggests that the injury risk is going to be lower than if one were pushing into the pain zone, so to speak.